My name is Piato. I'm from a small people group called the Moi, living in the mountain jungles of Papua. The missionaries say this is all part of Indonesia, but that's their opinion. This is our land, and has been ever since the dog that was as big as a house chased all the spirits below ground and made it possible for us to live here. When my mother gave birth to me, or as they say here in Moi land, when she cut my cord, she placed me in her string bag with some fresh leaves and carried me with her wherever she went. My dad didn't give me the name Piato until I was about a year old. In the meantime, my mother just called me Bamasi, which means a spirit is going to get you. This is understandable because most of our babies die before we even have a chance to give them a name. I really don't remember my dad very well. He died when I was quite young. Apparently, one of my dad's pigs ran away. He tracked it down over into another part of the jungle. He finally found it, tied a rope around its legs,
Au, paswa boleh wa?
Au,
Ha?
kudo kau.
Au, awak paswa wa jai. Au, apa? Apa umur boleh. Awak.
Kau di.
Bawa lama anahat. Anahat.
Kau di wa. Masuk di jai, bamu wa mana sama hewai.
Baik, itu orang wai.
Wai,
Senemos yo wae.
wai. Aku si.
Oh, apa itu kata hukum na? Oh, emang sih boleh hadu ela.
Ema ya bu.
Bahkan pasti bara. Kakak, banyak batang. Aku nak paling we.
Dah, yo.
Ai, tak bagi tahu jadi main dua fila. Apa emang sih aku tahu yo apa apa. Kau biar juga.
So anyway, that's why I never knew my dad. I thought about revenge, of course, but most likely they killed him because of adultery. Not the normal kind, you know, the kind that causes evil spirits. And if that's the case, it's not a real big deal that they killed him. A couple days after my father's death, a relative of my father came and took my mother, my brothers, and sisters and me to live with him. One of my favorite things to do while growing up, in fact, one of the most fun things for the Moi people to do, is to attend the big festival dances called the Joe. First we go hunting for possums. When we have enough of them, we bring them back to the Joe house and eat them. The missionaries really don't like to eat them very much. After we eat the possums, we do a lot of dancing, both out in the yard and inside the Joe dance house. During the Joe, we conduct business and settle disputes by trading shell money. Things can get a little tense during these meetings. Sometimes we face off with bows and arrows. Finally, when all the business is taken care of, we dance through the night and sacrifice pigs to the spirits the following morning. It was at one of these Joe dances that my relatives bought my wife for me with some shell money. She was probably about 11 years old. The problem was, she kept running away. I can't tell you how many times I had to chase her down and bring her back. I brought her home again, but nothing seemed to change. Can you believe it? She kept running away. Well, she ran away one last time. I tried to get her home quietly, but she refused. I pulled on her arm, but that didn't seem to help matters. In fact, the more I tugged, the more resistant she became. So I just shot her with my bow. I shot her 3 times and she died. It wasn't because I didn't like her. She didn't like me. That was the only reason I had to kill her. Eventually, I married my second wife, Baigoa, and this has worked out much better. Baigoa's only run away a couple of times. In fact, it wasn't long after this that she cut the cord of my own son, Damiodi. One day when I was working in my garden, I heard the noise of a helicopter. I thought to myself, hey,